Welcome, everybody. I don't know about y'all, but this is Live with Cheryl with a let's get this all together and cozy edition because maybe some of us are a little bit tired staying up till 8:30 today. Hello and welcome, all of us who are perky and all of us who are tired. Welcome all to Live with Cheryl. I'm your host, Cheryl Mebane, and I am joined by public health ninja extraordinaire, Dr. Felicia Bevan. She is able to bring in so many talents and thoughts, and she sneaks in public health in like a
Yeah.
ninja.
I have one announcement. I have an announcement.
Oh, let's have an announcement, y'all.
Yes, I have an announcement. Because March is a very important.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Okay.
March is a very important month. Not only is it the start of spring, it's my birthday month. I love March.
March is fabulous.
Yes, fabulous,
Yes.
darlings.
Fabulous. It feels like it's already spring anyway. And I know your birthday's around the time when spring is officially coming
Like
in.
2 days.
But it feels like we're already getting it. So,
Yes.
y'all, let's just, things are coming, things are changing. Spring is springing even earlier, it feels like. So, we're going to talk on this show about all kinds of things springing and going forward. And we will be talking about creative stuff and we'll be talking about all kinds of things. And y'all can participate as usual. And we will have a health trivia that somebody can win and then get to decide what we listen to. That's how we do it on Live with Cheryl. So, without further ado, spring is springing. And I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like there's a lot going on. Everyone has officially really kicked everything into a higher gear or a lower gear, depending on how you think about it, in this world. So, but officially everything is back and going in all kinds of doings post holiday season. That's what I'm finding is everybody's back in this and back in that. And we had our big snowstorms and we're recovered from most of those. So things are back open and going. So I'm going to put up and share some of the doings I've been doing. Has everybody out there been recovered and they're all back to sort of normal in most places? I mean, as normal as we gonna get in this
Well,
era.
I mean, normal, is it normal to be 70 degrees in the first week of March? I'm enjoying it. Not sure how normal that is, though. At least not for where I am.
Factual. So yeah, we'll talk about some of this. We'll talk about um as far as doings going on inside where you can't see the stark craziness outside. Here's what I've been up to. I have a bunch of areas of the business I've been grateful to be involved in for a long time, and those are all full swing right now. It's one reason I'm sort of like, I could use a cozy live with Cheryl because I'm a little worn out. I've been feeling really blessed. For those who are over on Patreon supporting me, thank you, patrons. I've been updating people over there. Last Friday, I was able to film my first short that had another actor in it who I've been working with, and I'll give y'all more details as we get done with the edits. I'm in post production on this short. So he was great though, and we shot, and there's some behind the scenes stuff I'll be sharing more on Patreon. I'll share some more here, but that was a chance for me to direct. And it's definitely something where I felt like, okay, I looked into how I like to be directed and I've read some things about how to support other actors and I've done it a little bit in voice acting, but it was a whole different thing to be on the camera and behind the camera and try to support myself and others. And at the end, we got it. We got it. But I was just like, oh, and I'm also doing some directing of voice actors for a project for one of my clients. So we're doing a lot of like reaching and growing this skill of directing. And it's an interesting project. I won't give too many details because we're not supposed to give but so many details about it. But it's an AI project. And essentially it's sort of very improv based. And I love that. I love it. But it's really just supposed to flow. And so I like that because it's not like I have to impose some narrow vision on it. But it's just been interesting too to be in this dance with other creative people and figure out how to make a lot of space for them, but also I have my own things that I do have to do even for the clients. Like, okay, well, let me ask these questions because I'm not sure if we're there, and of course we do get there because these are professionals I'm working with. Voice actors are so great who I've been able to work with on this other project with AI. And I'm still doing recording of AI stuff as the voice talent as well, and might be working for additional clients, not just the ones I've been working for. So I'm feeling blessed. But this whole director thing, you sort of think, oh, let me take over and maybe I can do something. I've actually not really ever felt that way, but sometimes people feel that way, like, oh, somebody thinks they know what they're doing in directing. I can figure it out. And it's like, I mostly felt like, oh, thank goodness somebody else is in charge. That's what I usually feel about it. Like, let me just come in and do my little thing. But for me, with directing for my short, it's to support my screenwriting. So I can't afford to hire someone to be a director at this point, and I want to get my screenwriting out. So that's one of the ways that some people have found it to be helpful for their careers as screenwriters, is just go ahead and shoot it yourself. And so I was like, okay, that feels good, and I understand what I was going for as a screenwriter, but I don't really have this like narrow visual language I'm trying to go for. I'm not really your like visually specific storyteller. I'm more like, let me leave it open for a director to come in and have their thing. So then when that director is me, I'm like, okay, now I gotta have a thing. So let me go and quickly watch some stuff I like and try to, get a thing. Naturalistic. I'm very naturalistic, not very stylized. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going. That was intentional. That was a choice.
Yes, I understand. It does seem that, oh, first of all, I think there's some element to management and leadership that is about directing, right? Because I have a vision of what I want my team to get done. I know the individual players, they have some instruction, but I don't fill in all the details. And then I have to decide when it's helpful to nudge them or help them solve a problem so they can move forward. So there's some elements to it, I think.
Oh yeah.
But also, I think it seems like that is just another perspective on your writing that's probably going to circle back and improve when you're just focusing on that part.
It is. It really is interesting because I have produced my own stuff in voice acting over and over again. So I have had a chance to stand it up to my own acting. But then when you have somebody else come in, it was so funny because my husband, he is very blunt about whatever he thinks about my art. And I'd rather him be a little kinder sometimes, but I actually do need the input. And what's funny is that he was looking at, because he was helping with the project, and he was watching what my collaborator, I'll let y'all meet him on camera, and you'll see some clips and stuff from behind the scenes stuff. So y'all will see him when I roll out more of the short. But my husband just literally was like, I now get why you really want to have good actors touch your stuff, because he was like, I saw your script and I was like, okay, it's fine. And then in the mouth of an actor, it was like, oh, your lines really worked. I was like, well, my lines were going to work anyway. No, but he's right though. When somebody touches that stuff, who really knows why they came to the project, has their own worldview they're going to try to bring to it, and collaboratively, I think I made room for him to do that. And yeah, so I think it it is making me love collaboration, even though I would rather collaborate with more resources. But you sort of have to get your legs under you to be able to let people know that you can pull in what you need to with more resources. But yeah, I think the thing I was taking away from it was I really am open to someone coming in who has like a visual vision. Like, I know what I want to say as a screenwriter, but there's just so much that people can capture when they have that layer on top. That the story is there, the characters are there, but they just have this other thing. They're going to catch this angle. They're really going to find this, because that's another way that they bring another richness. And honestly, like, I still want to leave room for that. Like, I still don't want to shove into my screenwriting so much specificity about like any shots, like none of that. I don't do any shot direction. It's just a pure like spec script. No shooting script will I be sending out anywhere, because that's just not what you do in screenwriting. You leave room for a shooter to come in, someone who's going to be the director, who's going to shoot it, unless you want to be a writer director. And that just confirmed for me, I don't want to be a writer. I don't want that for myself. Not because of the like not directing talent, but more so there's just the richness people bring when they really get down for the look of a thing. You know, the look, I get down for the sound. If I hear what I want to hear, oh, I know it, you know, like we got it, you know. We say,
Not surprising, given
yeah,
given
yeah,
that you're a musician as well, right? But I
yeah,
understand that
yeah,
we're really talking about how they're saying it and what it's invoking in terms of what they're saying. But still,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's interesting how you get a different appreciation for your stuff when other people touch it, and that's helpful, you know. But I just feel like, honestly, too, it's a short. It was just a short. How people get in there and do these feature length things, it's like, I'm glad I'm starting with a short because it's a lot to just really be meticulous about the prep for it. Like, just for a few minutes of final product, it's like you got to put a lot of thought into it. So you have a good time. So, day of, you're like there in the moment and not running around trying to find 50, 11 things because this broke and that broke, you know? So
So, have you ever watched Black Mirror? Mirror?
no, no, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so um, I was trying to figure out how much to say,
Oh,
but
okay.
let's just say there's one actor who has to play a lot of roles,
Oh,
multiple
yeah, yeah,
actors
yeah. Uh-huh.
play multiple roles,
Yes.
and I was reading about how they do that, and I thought, oh my gosh, because basically it's a lot of takes. Because if the actor is playing more than one role in the scene, they have to do it one time with this in this role, one time in that role, and I thought, oh my, how do they do that? Like I can't imagine directing, that kind of thing where you're trying to keep track of it. And the result is amazing. Like it's the same person and they're in the same scene together and they've gotten so good with the videography or whatever you call it
Yeah, yeah,
that it used to be you could tell because they were looking just a little bit off from where the person was
yeah, yeah,
standing
yeah.
or there. And now you can't tell. So there's got to be that's like a whole nother level of directing and figuring out what you were talking about. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much support for doing a lot of this. Like I was going around because I'm in the post-production phase and people are suggesting things when you shoot on digital, which pretty much a lot of us do nowadays. How do you get that film look, the cinematography look, like as if you shot on film? And I'm like, I don't even know if I really want to do that, but I do want to play around with the looks in post to make it seem like, again, there's a thought process, there's someone who's really deciding things in post and in keeping with the vision that I had initially for the story. And they're saying stuff like, you're Aing and being your thing up against something that had folks who had 20 years experience working with a whole bunch of different setups, including digital. And they have like 5 or 6 people in their department working the lighting and then set dressing and all this stuff to get you that look. It's not just the lights, it's not just the camera, it's not just all this. And then you're trying to come in and see if you can do it with a lookup table that tells you how to spice certain frequency in the spectrum, certain colors essentially to try to get it. And it's like, yeah, you can, but you won't because there's a little bit more to it. And but do it anyway, and it'll look sort of like you didn't quite do it, and then keep at it. And so people give it all the advice about, wow, what's the technical stuff that goes into all this to make it look so great? And it's just learned over a lot of time and usually with a lot of different people when it's at the level of something like that with all that budget that goes into it. They have the script supervisor there that's just going to hang on continuity. That person is just going to work on continuity. So then you don't have to, as the all these other people, keep your eyeballs on that because the script supervisor is doing that. But there's so much more to it than just that one tiny little piece.
No, it was fascinating to think about. I hadn't thought about,
Yeah.
just as a level of complexity as well to all the other stuff that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I
Yes.
think it's worth taking a look, even if you just see
Yeah.
one or two, episodes to
Yeah.
see the challenge that they had. I think
I,
it's,
I have looked into it a little bit for that very reason. So that's
yeah.
why I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I've been looking around. There's just so much great stuff. Like for me, some of what I'm aiming for in this trying to build up to bigger opportunities is creating things to go onto YouTube at first. And some of the talent there is just immense at this point. It is just a destination in and of itself, and people can just get their followings to do exactly what they want to do and have nice budgets for what they're doing. And they're people who are just truly skilled and gifted. and crafting things for that space. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so much where people will then break down how did they do it, and I'm just like gobsmacked and just like, I know very well I want to work with people who really want to be creative like that, because I know it's my pen game, it's the sound, it's the acting. For me, it's not the look and feel, but the folks who really get down for that, you're just like, oh, I see. Oh, look at that. That no dialogue, no dialogue, just the shot, telling the story, the shot, the shot, the shot. And it's like, oh yeah, I can write you some of that, but they're going to give it to you every scene without it being intrusive, so yeah, so it's a fun game. But what else to update? So that's covering some of the writing. I've also been going back over some of my feature length screenplays, getting them ready, and they're now in the hands of some people to give paid feedback, paid notes. So I go and use different, whatever is like a good professional service, but has like a deal. So if they got like a 2-for-1 deal or like a 10% off or something like that, that's how I decide. So if y'all give deals, we love it. And your good service, good
It's
quality
almost
service.
spring deal.
The what you say?
An almost spring deal. It's almost spring deal.
Give it to me. Just whatever that deal is. As long as y'all have some experience reading and then y'all got a deal, then I'm your girl. So I sent off the last 3 of the features that I'd written, I think. Or anyway, nice range. It's fun to sort of take and look at your grouping of things and see what you got. And then I'll see what people think when they got my whole collection of stuff, and then sort of freshen them up for pitching this year. So that's the writing, the acting, little bit of the music, just mostly just doing a little singing here and there. I was coming out of a session today, and these actors who I was working with, they just made me just cry. And I was just like, I had to step to the side and just sing it out a little bit, because I was just like, oh, we were on a little break, so it wasn't like I was affecting anything. But yeah, no, it's just they're just bringing the authenticity to these improvisational scenes, and some of the prompts are really they go there. Yeah. So I'm grateful to be able to watch these folks do their thing. They're really gifted. So yeah, a little bit of singing, just keeping the instrument up. What else? Oh, and pitching music and pitching. Oh, that's what's been fun. I've been pitching and digging into IMDb Pro. I know you've probably been around that database that has a lot of industry contacts. So I'm over there thinking about pitching for music and pitching for screenwriting. So I'm looking around and seeing, and then I'm watching all these things that I don't know. When I write, sometimes I step away from taking in as much just to get my voice very clearly out, not as influenced by others. But now that I'm pitching, it's like, well, what's out there? Let me see what's out there. And who might want something sort of similar. Now I got my little thing that I do, my little thing. Let me see who might want my little things. Let's see who's out. And I'm just enjoying looking at, I don't know how much you have been keeping up with the Hallmark Channel. Because back in the day, it wasn't like you're cutting edge or diverse necessarily. At this point, I'm like, oh, Hallmark has decided to be here for everybody. And they've decided to be very creative about certain little things. I have been sleeping on them. And now I'm a little bit like, oh, maybe I have something for Hallmark. And I'm just like, that's not even an insult. That's like me saying, y'all have some things. I'm not trying to be snooty. It's just I had a snapshot impression, and brands change. And I just was like educating myself. Have you been at any point exposed to anything on Hallmark Channel that you have ever thought was like for you? Because I'm like, oh, that's for me. Oh, that's for me. It's not just what you thought it was 10 years ago, you know?
Well, I mean, okay. Listen.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk.
I watched soap operas back in the day.
Oh, yes.
So Hallmark, especially around the Hallmark for the holidays, whatever they say, whatever the
Yes.
tagline is, because they're feel good. I mean, sometimes you just want to know, and you want to be carried along for the story, and you don't want to be stressed out, and sometimes they're interesting, and like they're so earnest, sometimes it's like a cup of hot chocolate. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel comforted by it, but you know what hot chocolate tastes like, but you enjoy it every time anyway. And so that's how I feel about the Hallmark Channel. But I do admit, I can't even tell you when I watched it last, but I've always, liked it. So you tune in to get what what's there, and then you go other places for other things. So
For other things. And that's the way I'm starting to think about it, because I think in trying to figure out, I feel like I have very unusual kinds of stories, but not all of them are but so unusual. And I'm like, hey, some of these are very earnest, as you said, and that's a great descriptor, because I don't think I have stuff that's super, super formulaic, but I also have some things that are more surprising than others and some things that are a little less like, oh, So I'm like, okay, well, the ones that are a little less, oh, maybe they can slide over there. But yeah, I think I'm just honestly a little bit ignorant, to be honest with you, about all the different streamers, channels, all that. I used to watch more when there was less out there. So I used to just watch, watch, watch when there's only the major things. And we grew up, as you know, not having cable. So we had even less. And now that there's so much more, I'm so busy that I watch even less than I used to. And there's even more reason for me to watch because I'm in the industry. So I'm trying to catch up. Like I'm going and looking at the shorts up for Oscars this year and also looking at different major, best film, best picture, things up for best picture, just trying to sort of acquaint myself, see what's out there. You love it. You keep up with the big movies though.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes because I do get busy as well, so I don't, but I love going to the movies. So when I hear that there's a good one that I would enjoy, I definitely will do. Like I've seen Sinners in the movie theater, so and is K-pop Demon Hunters nominated? Because they were nominated, I guess for a Grammy, maybe. But
Yeah.
but anyway, so that's moving into those. But one thing I will say about Hallmark is, or even Lifetime, for example, because I heard, uh, oh my gosh, I can't think, woman rapper about Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
So I heard Queen Latifah has a contract now with Lifetime to produce a couple of movies, as well as Taraji Henson.
Oh,
And
okay.
so,
Okay.
but what I was thinking about for both of those, Hallmark and Lifetime, because they have a specific brand, a
Yeah.
brand, is that what you might be able to, because they have a formula. Let's just not,
Yeah.
they have an approach in the way they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
But what you might bring is an unusual, like a different twist to it, because the most interesting ones are the ones that are not exactly the same thing over and over.
Exactly.
So there are either two things that I like about it. Either they'll have an actor or an actress that
Yeah.
was a kid actor or somebody you haven't seen in a while. I like that guy. I'm yay for him, and
Yep.
then you watch,
Yep. Yep.
or it will just be something a little bit interesting or different, the way
Yeah.
they connect the protagonists together,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. So
Yeah.
so it's not your typical thing. You might be able to bring something to it that they're like, oh, okay, we'll take five of those.
Yeah. 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 And there's so much of that out there that things have brands. Brands have a knowledge of who they are, but they're also looking to not bore their own constituency. Whoever is going to them over and over again can eventually get bored if they don't keep it fresh in some type of way. So I think that's fascinating to think about that. What can you bring to the brand that lets them keep it alive? You know? Yeah. Um, so yes, I'm educating myself, having fun with that. It gets so easy I'm supposed to sit down, right, and just look at the acting and listen to the music and think about the writing. And these things just sweep me up and I gotta sit there and go, I didn't pay attention to any other technique. I was just like, oh, what they gonna do? What's gonna happen next? Will she? Will he? Oh no. And I'm just like, okay, well, listen, Hallmark, y'all got me for sure. I wasn't paying attention to a single thing I was supposed to be looking at because I was swept up in the story. You win, okay. So yeah, but it's been good though to do that too.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of, they moved the, like, the mute part, so I'm trying to, okay, where do I, anyway, so I think for those, it's not will they, will won't they, it's how we'll get there, how
That's
will
true.
get
That's totally true. Tell the truth. That's totally
there.
true.
Like that.
That's absolutely. Yeah, I'm not. If I think it's will they, won't they, I am not someone who knows Hallmark. So I am still educating myself. That is right. The brand is not will they, won't they. It is how will they. How will it come together? Yeah. So enjoying it. As far as like research stuff, I've been doing some AI projects with some folks I haven't worked with as much. It's just fun to see. There's just a lot of investment in this area, as everybody knows. We've talked about before on here. So I'm glad to just work with different projects and see who do I overlap well with. At this point, I know I'm sort of left of center, a little bit different in my own background in sciences. So I can bring something a little bit different than maybe other folks who have a chemistry background, because I also have time at EPA and time doing all these different things with teaching and all that. So I just try to stand on that and just be like, look, if you want stuff that like your friendly organic chemist would be doing, do not talk to me. That was never me. I am friendly, but not all organic at all. So it's sort of nice for me to know my own skill set within the space and sort of feel like there's still opportunity for me. That's what's fun too, is like there's still plenty of opportunity out there at this point. So that's been good. And then for streaming stuff, I did mention I have some new stuff posted on Patreon for patrons. Thank you. Thank you, patrons. Thank you. And I'll be having a chat over there for patrons at all levels next Thursday in the afternoon. So that'll be happening like usual. And I think the last little thing is, oh yeah, keynotes. I've been reaching out for keynote stuff. And that's been good to just know who's doing what in the area. Because right now I'm still just reaching toward doing keynotes in North Carolina and just right around so I can stay closer to home because I'm doing a lot with AI at home kind of opportunities. So this is good to know who's doing what that's inspiring and that's sort of good to just be aware of in general. So those are my updates as I create, y'all. And like I said, I'm keeping it a little cozy today, not as like, yay, because I'm just like, well, it's been a lot of directing sessions and recording sessions and all the sessions, and I'm grateful, happy. Keep it coming, keep it coming. So, any updates for you, Dr. Felicia, before we go to our trivia and move along?
Well, I think I will hopefully be back before this actually happens, but we have our first graduates from the Master of Public Health program at Norfolk State University, and they're going to graduate in May, which is very exciting. And so the program is part of the Joint School of Public Health with Old Dominion University. But I had a leadership role in developing the whole program. So this was nothing existed and now the first cohort is graduating situation. So it's very exciting.
Yay! That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes, and I also had a couple of new staff members who started in February, so we're onboarding them. And that's always wow, let's see how this works out. You know, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but it's still an exciting period. So far so good. So I'm very excited about that too.
Hooray, that's good stuff. And yes, spring is the time to try some things out and people have new beginnings and it's coming up and birthday is coming up. So lots of things moving forward. Very exciting. Well, in honor of, it just feels like springtime to me already, where we are anyway. I have a little bit of health trivia for the listeners. So, when seasons change, this triggers hormonal changes. Did y'all know this? Including an adjustment in what? It's a hormone that affects sleep cycles and mood changes. So, when seasons change, this triggers a hormonal change including an adjustment in this hormone. What is it? And this is a hormone that affects sleep cycles and mood changes. Is it A, cortisol, B, insulin, or C, melatonin? I'll let y'all think about it and listen to a little bit of music, and we will hear from y'all what y'all think as we'll listen to a little bit of the theme song. All right, we have an answer from the chat and it is correct. Thank you, Tim. The answer is melatonin. So let's, Tim, why don't you decide if you want to listen to the theme song or something else, and I will go ahead and share the WebMD. So this is an interesting resource. They talk a little bit about how even slight changes in the length of daytime can have your hormones start to shift a little bit. So look there at the webmd.com feature. I guess it's under women's health feature, but there's the link there, webmd.com/women/features/you-give-me-spring-fever. Okay, y'all. So you got it right, Tim. You got it right. Hooray, hooray. Let me know if you would like to, not the theme song. So different. Got it. Great, Tim. So not the theme song. I will choose that. And in the meantime, y'all, thanks for springing over to another live with Cheryl. We will see y'all next, the first Thursday in April, which will be April 2nd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for another update. And let's be around. Maybe it'll be cozy. Maybe it'll be hype. You don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. But y'all enjoy, take care of each other, and try to, let that melatonin adjustment be something that you think about. If all of a sudden you're just run ragged because you got so much energy and you didn't even, how'd that work out? No, you're not run ragged if you have so much energy. Okay, so I need to sleep more. Melatonin affects.
Listen, I was going to say, melatonin might explain a few things right now because I just feel like I'm already like that. So there you go.
Right. It's like up and then down. So, okay.
Yes.
Y'all read about it on the resource. Melatonin does affect the mood. And I guess if you have a lot more of it, you're sleepier. If you have a little bit less, there's more energy. That's how it's supposed to go. Okay. That's what I think. Y'all can read more there at the resource. But y'all take care of each other. We'll get a little bit hype here at the end. Let's get a little something. And we'll see y'all in about a month. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening. I gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta move. No more. I gotta move. I got